One of the things that I'm looking at, and I've seen this before, is new technology unlock, huge excitement, millions of copycat projects. The average person has no idea what's what, and there'll be a massive washout.
Yeah.
Where 99% of this is worthless. But the idea is priceless.
Yes.
And where this goes is what really interests me. Because I am just spammed all day and all night with NFTs projects, of which I'm like, I have no idea. So I just stay away from everything.
Yeah.
But I'm an observer because I think that you were early, so you were in a position of, you're on the front foot, right? You've got, forget the investing side, you're on the front foot because you understand how these are developing, who are the interesting communities, what's going on. For most people, they don't. And there's a lot of people who are going to get burnt in this whole process.
It's ICOs all over again.
It's ICOs all over again.
Bitcoin is soaring to new highs as the investors in Russia take out larger stakes in the crypto. This news comes as the war between Russia and Ukraine heats up. Recently, macro investor and Real Vision CEO Raoul gave an interview addressing the Bitcoin maxis, NFTs as an investment, and upcoming trends in the crypto space. Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Raoul updates on the current situation in the cryptocurrency space, the upcoming trends in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and new developments in NFTs. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. Also, make sure to stick around till the end of this video if you want to find out the latest information regarding Bitcoin and its impact on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Let's dive right into the video.
You know, we all got, or I certainly got, really fed up with the maxis. And I thought you are one of the clear reasons that Bitcoin has underperformed in this cycle so much.
So toxic.
Is the community so toxic. And then suddenly the NFT space, Ethereum was always a pretty neutral, welcoming community because everyone's building applications on it. And then the NFT crowd come with their good mornings and all of this. I mean, the maxis hate me for saying it, but it's like, it's a happy place.
Raoul discusses about the NFT revolution that has only just started and how to navigate it. He also talks about what NFTs represent, where they are going, how to think through the complexity of the space, and more importantly, how to invest.
How the hell do you filter what is real in this space? Who you want to belong to? Because I find it hard, and I'm a big observer of the space, not a participant really, of the NFT, these communities that are springing up, because I can't figure out what the community stands for. I had a really interesting conversation with Bill Tai, who's approaching it with a really clear sense of mission. Right, this is what we're doing, and I kind of like that, because yes, because it's a DAO structure, it'll go however it goes, but there's a sense of purpose. I don't know what the sense of purpose of Bored Ape Yacht Club, or even the punks, and all of these thousands of other things coming. Some are building media companies from the ground up, like Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yep.
And I guess Mike Johnson is really essentially. But then there's a bunch of other ones, and they're kind of assuming everyone's going to figure out what they do. Or is it just a membership club? How you think, or is it all of these things and none of these things?
This is where the famous DYOR in every Twitter post comes about, right? Like, it really does require people to take the time to dive in and to kind of like research and get a feel for it.
But what do you look for? I don't even know what to look for. I trust certain people that I know, right? So if you come to me and say, hey, listen, something to look at, I will go and look at it. Or if, if Bill Tai tells me, or whoever it is, somebody, my trusted kind of network of people. But the average person, what are they even looking for?
I think the vibe. At the end of the day, it's the vibe. Like, do you vibe with like the communication that's going on in the project? Like the art, like what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, and I think people need to disconnect speculative investing, trading from community. Right now, they're all lumped in the same thing because a bunch of these projects did really well and made a bunch of people rich. But really, it's not about that. Particularly this NFT stuff of, a group of 1,000 or whatever the number is. It's about building a community. Is there a real community behind it? Do I want to be part of it? And then you don't think of it in terms of the value of the of the JPEG itself, you think of it as the value of the community to you.
Right.
And those can be $5. And Punk 6529 talks about this. It is not about trying to find the thing that goes to $1 million.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other side of of these NFTs, which is investing, which you focused on as well. So there's the community aspect. As we said, it doesn't really matter if they're valuable, not valuable. It's, do you value the community? Are you enjoying being part of it? Does it matter to you? But the other side is you can actually invest in this stuff too. So how do people approach the investing in the space? Do you just blue chip investing and then a bit of speculative stuff on the side? How do you think about it? How do you build a portfolio? And how should people approach it?
My approach has been mostly via collectives and DAOs. So we just launched this new metaverse-focused DAO called Neon DAO,
Right.
incubated by the Lao, which is one of the largest kind of like DAO of DAOs out there. We have folks from Flamingo DAO, which is the largest NFT collecting DAO, and then Artifact, which are one of those lifestyle brands in the metaverse. They create like sneakers and clothes for both real life and the metaverse. And so we teamed up to kind of like a hive mind approach towards investing, because it is hard. Like which metaverse avatars are gonna be big in 10 years? We don't know. So I think you have to have a very long time preference, right? Like being able to say, okay, I'm gonna hold these things through the cycles, which are brutal and compact for a while. And so for me, again, it's just kind of like diversifying my bets by partnering up with really good, smart people that I can trust, and then taking that approach.
So you're investing mainly via these DAO structures with some of your own bets because you bought.
Yeah, the side bets are fun and whatever. Like buy stuff for myself, or like whenever I have kids, or for my nieces, like giving my mom an NFT, and she immediately within a day made T-shirts out of it.
Really?
Yeah, for
Love
her
it.
and my niece, and she sent me a
Love it.
picture. Yeah, cryptotes. She just loved it. And so, but I do think, it's hard to be, if you're not 100%, you're gonna miss stuff. So for somebody that doesn't have the time, or like I really enjoy my job, right? So
what job are you doing now?
I do sales for Fireblocks. I'm taking care of the Latin American region. And so we're a digital asset custody solution.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know Fireblocks unless you're really in the industry.
Right.
And then everybody knows them because it's like the gold standard. So, because I was trying to solve this for the whole crypto space as well, because it's so complex and you end up becoming focused on one thing. I'm becoming very focused on social tokens, which I think is it's an extension of what we're talking about, but still different. You're focusing on some of this stuff. Other people are focusing on DeFi. And so I thought, how the hell do I solve this complexity? And I thought, well, there's almost no money that went into the secondary markets, the hedge funds. It all went into VCs.
Yeah.
So I set up this fund of funds, because then you can rent the best expertise from the best people in the space. And I think that's going to flow as the space develops, and we've seen a ridiculous amount of interest in this. It'll start flowing into DAOs, because that's the new hedge fund.
Right. The deal flow's incredible.
Yeah, and we were talking before about NFTs and how they're going to blow up at some point. That is the point to deploy capital by a bunch of smart people who are in the space and understand, okay, what's ashes and a waste, and what is the phoenix that's going to rise out of the ashes? I mean, I love this. I mean, the whole asset management industry is changing in front of our eyes as well. And then the other side of NFTs is, we're seeing music, we're seeing interesting other creative projects coming out of NFTs that have value as well. We're seeing brands and all sorts of people getting involved in terrible ways and interesting ways. McDonald's and their NFTs, they're never going to accrue value. Maybe they will in 50 years' time. People will laugh about how bad it was, and so therefore it's valuable. But we're seeing just a movement of everything being tokenized, and NFTs seems to be the gateway drug now.
The Trojan horse for crypto adoption, for sure.
Now, going back to the current Russia-Ukraine situation. Due to the Russian invasion that started last week, several countries are placing sanctions on Russia as a result. That includes financial institutions cutting off Russian banks. Also, the sanctions placed on Russia are playing havoc with its economy. That includes the Russian stock market not performing well as the value of the country's currency, the ruble, dropping in value. With all of this happening, it looks like Russian citizens are shedding the ruble in favor of Bitcoin. The latest Bitcoin news resulted in the crypto pushing past the $40,000 barrier, and it's still heading higher. While this is nowhere close to the roughly $68,000 the crypto has reached in the past, it's a welcome change compared to the about $35,000 it was trading for in January when the crypto prices crashed. So what are your thoughts about NFTs and the digital revolution they bring? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.